Welcome to today's explainer. Okay, let's jump right into this. We're going to take a close look at a massive mental health buzzword you've probably seen literally everywhere lately, and we're going to unpack what it actually means for your daily life. Section 1, Decoding the Therapy Buzzword. So let's address the elephant in the room right off the bat. The phrase nervous system regulation is all over our social media feeds, right? It's in articles, it's everywhere. But what does it actually mean when we strip away all the clunky clinical jargon? People are always saying, oh, I really need to regulate my nervous system, but honestly, without context, it just sounds like technical noise. Well, our source material breaks this down beautifully. Section 2, your 4 survival modes. Okay, to really get what regulation is, we first have to look at the built-in automatic responses your body uses when it feels threatened, even if there's no actual danger in the room. First up is fight. Now, this really illustrates itself not just as, throwing punches like in a movie. In everyday life, it often looks like feeling super irritable, snapping at your loved ones, or literally just walking around all day with a tightly clenched jaw. Your body is quite literally bracing for impact. Next, we've got flight. This is that feeling when you physically just cannot sit still. Your mind is racing a mile a minute, and you stay perpetually, constantly busy. And why? Because you're trying to outrun an uncomfortable feeling. You're not running from a bear in the woods, you're just staying busy to outrun your own internal state. Then there's freeze. This happens when you just completely shut down. You go totally numb. It can even show up as extreme indecision. Experiencing such total mental paralysis that you can't even decide what to make for dinner. It sounds like a tiny, mundane thing, but that dinner indecision is actually a deep biological response to feeling totally overwhelmed. And finally, we look at fawn. This is when you find yourself over-apologizing for things that aren't even your fault, defaulting to endless people-pleasing, and completely abandoning your own needs just to keep the peace. You're basically trying to survive a perceived threat by making absolutely sure everyone else in the room is happy. Section 3, protection, not a flaw. Now, we really need to flip how we view these 4 reactions. The absolute crucial point here is this: you are not broken. These responses, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, they aren't personal failures. They aren't inherent character flaws. They are ancient, built-in protections your body learned a long, long time ago. Your nervous system is literally just doing exactly what it was trained to do to keep you safe. Section 4, when survival becomes exhausting. So you might be wondering, if these are highly effective built-in protections that kept our ancestors alive, why do they make us feel so awful and stuck today? Well, the real trouble starts when these survival modes get jammed in the on position. The actual danger is completely gone, but your body keeps acting like it's in constant, immediate peril. You end up reacting to a late email or traffic jam the exact same way a human would react to a life or death threat. And existing in this perpetual state of false danger, it is incredibly exhausting. It completely drains your daily energy, leaving you totally burned out. And that right there is exactly why regulating that system, teaching it how to finally switch off when you're actually safe, is absolutely vital to your well-being. Section 5, untangling with CHC therapy. The really good news here is that therapy is the exact tool designed to untangle these crossed wires in your nervous system. And coping and healing counseling, or CHC for short, is a highly accessible option for this. They run a 100% HIPAA-compliant telehealth practice with an incredibly diverse, culturally competent team of over 15 licensed therapists. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, trauma, PTSD, or honestly just the heavy weight of daily stress, they have specialists ready to help individuals, couples, families, and teens ages 13 and up. To really highlight how accessible this care is, just think about the number 159. CHC serves all 159 counties across the entire state of Georgia. Because it's a fully telehealth platform, your specific zip code doesn't stand in the way of getting the professional help you actually need to regulate your system. Of course, therapy can't help if you simply can't afford it, right? Well, CHC built a real picture of affordability by accepting major insurances. For providers like Aetna, Cigna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, and Humana, the estimated session copay is generally just between $10 and $40. But here's the most remarkable part. Medicaid patients have a $0 copay. Literally $0. That makes this absolutely vital nervous system regulation financially accessible to so many people who desperately need it, but who might have previously thought therapy was just completely out of reach. So if you're tired of being stuck in this exhausting survival mode, you can easily reach out. You can visit them online at chtherapy.com, call them directly at 404-832-0102, or just shoot an email to support@chtherapy.com to kickstart your healing process. It is entirely possible to train your body to rest again. I want to end this explainer with a provocative thought for you to carry with you today. What would your daily life actually look like if your nervous system finally realized it was safe? Just imagine the energy, the focus, and the peace you'd get back. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.